Well, hello, Morency. So today I've decided to look at the idea of designing a coffee table for my living room. So let's go ahead and get that started. First off, we should probably give this a label. You always want to label things just so you know what you're doing later on. Alright, now for me this is going to be a bit of a welding project and only slightly a woodworking project. But what I'm thinking of doing is having a rectangular table with a frame that's made out of 2-inch square tubing, some of which I happen to have in scrap steel, and other parts of that I will have to go out and buy. I'll have to actually buy a fair amount of steel, probably at least 10 feet. But that's not too bad. So we have our basic tabletop here. And then underneath that we're going to have legs, of course, something supported. Let me go ahead and get those in there. Alright, so here we have our basic coffee table. Now, a couple of things. First off, you notice I mitered the corners on the top, on the tabletop. I did that for a couple reasons. First off, mitering the corners, it makes it so you don't have any weird holes in the edges. And if you put your legs into the mitered corners, as opposed to just sticking all the way through, it means you don't have any weird, again, holes in your coffee table. Everything is nice and flat, and there's no place for people to shove trash or anything like that. So this is actually a really good design here. Whoops, sorry about that, folks. Let's make sure you're back in alignment. So at this point, I also want to have a load-bearing surface under here. It needs to be able to hold, probably about 40 pounds worth of board games. So that's going to need to be a pretty nice piece of plywood. And experience has shown that it will need to be reinforced with some sort of bracing as well. So we'll look at that. So here's the basic idea. Now I'm thinking here is to use a piece of channel iron, actually probably right here, but a piece of channel iron to support the weight of the wood. And it's going to go across the edges. So if we look at that, if we take a section view of, say, this area right here, section AA. The next section we would do would be called AB. This is sheet A. Okay. So again, if I was going to take a section view of that, what would end up looking like is we have our 1 or 2-inch square tubing right here. And then we're going to have a piece of angle iron right here. And our wood is going to sit right here like this. We're going to screw into that. So we should label this, and probably that. So let's do that. This is 2 by 2-inch square tube. This is probably 1-inch angle. And gee, I have no idea how to spell this, but there's a really nice blood red wood called Padauk, which is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if you sand it down to expose the raw wood underneath and then seal it, you get this incredibly deep, dark, rich red color. That's just beautiful. And so I'm going to try and spend a few seconds here online trying to find it. If I can't find it, then I'll call it good. You can also go something crazy like Purple Heart, which would just be beautiful in that it's this absolute purple color. It really and truly is purple, as in a purple that you would expect to see on, say, fabrics, not just sort of a brownish purple. No. It's seriously purple. But Padauk is spelled P-A-D-A-U-K. Again, that's the African Padauk. It's super red, and it just looks great. So we're going to have this little arrangement here. So we've got our main frame here, this little angle iron as support, and then our wood coming over the top like that. Over here, remember I said I would need to reinforce the bottom piece somehow. So to do that, first, again, sheet A, letter B. So again, what that's going to look like over here. So this is our main surface wood here. And then running along the bottom, and then probably coming across this way as well, we're going to have supports. Probably just made out of wood, although steel would work. So we have these supports, and that's going to give the wood here some resistance to a tendency to bow under the weight of all the board games I'm going to put on it. So, and for the bottom one, I'll probably use a piece of plywood and then dress it up really nicely. Or I might just keep it the Padauk and underlay it with some plywood or something like that to give it some strength. These supports here will be made out of, I have no idea. Oak jumps to mind. It's a nice, strong hardwood. And the idea is to make this a sort of upscale thing. So we can make oak. Let's scrape that out and label this as more Padauk. And yeah, I think that's about it. So anyway, this has been my idea on how to build a good coffee table from steel and exotic lumbers. If you like what I've done, go ahead and like and subscribe over here. Watch other videos over here, and of course, leave your comments and sections in the area below. I want to thank you for watching today, and do hope you have a great day.